Good morning. Good morning, everybody. Hello, hello, hello. How are we doing? Hello, Sophie. How are you? Shut up, TikTok. Every morning, without fail, within the first minute of streaming, the connection drops on TikTok. Every day. But good morning. How's everyone doing? Hope you're all well. It's Wednesday, the 17th. My hair's a complete state. I need a bath after this stream. I haven't washed my hair since. You don't need to know. It's been a few days. Starting to get a bit greasy again, and I'm off out tomorrow, so it needs to be looking good. Morning, P. How you doing? That'll do for now. It's presentable enough. Ow, I've just elbowed my steering wheel. Morning, Fred. Morning. Morning, Bainesy. How are you? Hope everyone's doing well. So, as I was saying, it's Wednesday, the 17th. Miserable day, which I'm okay with because yesterday was roasting hot. I'm glad it's a bit cooler today. But I also hope it cheers up because I'm going to the Keighley and Worth Valley Railway tomorrow. Again, I know I went there last month, but they've got a diesel gala on, so I'm going to that. And it's going to be... it's going to be quite a day out. It's going to be my most hectic visit of the year so far, because there are going to be almost a dozen different diesel engines there, and I want to get a decent amount of footage of all of them. So I am literally going to be just riding up and down the railway all day, non-stop. But it should be fun. It should be fun. You know, ultimately I am going there to enjoy myself because I like trains. It shouldn't feel like so much of a chore. But that's tomorrow. Today, I am going to be playing Phasmophobia this evening. And I'm also going to be playing Escape the Backrooms. So I'm excited for both of those. Didn't you say a super early start? 5 o'clock tomorrow, P. It's not my earliest start for a Heritage Railway. When I went to the East Lancashire in April, I had to get up at 4 for that. And I got there at 9. Like, that's how long it took me. Just to get from here to fucking Manchester, I had to get up at 4. I had to be out of the door at 5. My first train was at 5:30. And I ultimately got to the East Lancashire Railway at 9:30. It took me 4 hours on the train because there's no train from Manchester to Bury. You have to get the tram, and that takes fucking ages. But with the Keighley and Worth Valley Railway, it literally is right at... It shares a station with the National Rail Network, so you can literally just get off the train in Keighley and just walk across the footbridge, and you're at the Heritage Railway. So it's super easy to get to. It takes like 2 hours tops to get there on the train. So I can afford to get up a bit later tomorrow. I'll be up at 5, out the door at 7. First train's at 7:30, and I should be there by 9 o'clock. And my train home's at 6:30, so I'm going to be there for 9.5 hours. It's going to be a busy day. It's going to be a very busy day. I'm excited for it, though. Anyway, in the meantime, like I say, we've got Escape the Backrooms today, we've got Phasmophobia today. If anyone wants to join for either of those, they're both going to be... Sorry. They're both going to be open multiplayer games, obviously, as they have been previously. I've been enjoying both of them. I've heard Well, I've heard... has there been a Phasmophobia update or not? Because some people were saying that there's been an update, and then I've checked on Steam, and there's no update log or anything, so I don't know. Either way, we'll have a great time, I'm sure. I've got other shit to be doing today as well. I've got to try and feed June again. And they need demolding. I've got shopping to do. Great fun. I've got to wash my hair. I've got to do I've got to redesign all the stream elements again because I haven't got a thumbnail or banner for the Escape the Backroom stuff. And Train Sim and Running Train on Saturday. Hey, Cat Pig, how are you doing? How are you doing? That's the only thing about redesigning, you know, doing like a refresh of all the thumbnails and all the banner designs and stuff like that. You kind of have to do it as you go along. So currently I don't have a thumbnail for the YouTube stream. I don't have a banner for the Saturday stream. But I'll work on it. I'll work on it. Skip the hair washing, it'll only get dirty again anyway. Eventually it'll settle into a natural state of filthiness. You know what? You've got a point. You got a point. What's the point in cleaning things if they just get dirty again? Anyway, that was needlessly depressing. There was something else I wanted to mention. Kick! Kick, 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 kick. Kick. It's a difficult word to say multiple times in a row. I'm now offering subscriptions on Kick. It was really that easy. Literally, I've done 2 streams on there, and you can already become a subscriber. If you want to subscribe on Kick, it costs $4.99. Don't quote me on that. Let me double check. It might be $5.99. View your channel. It's $4.99. Okay, so for $4.99 a month, you can become a sub on Kick. It has the exact same benefits as Twitch, or it will do. Currently, there's... One second. Okay, sorry, I thought I heard cats fighting. I had a look on Wiki about Kick. I'm not going to say they seem like the nicest company, but sure beats Amazon. Yeah, it's, you know, ultimately, I think, you know, every platform has its problems and every company has its problems. I think Kick is certainly not the worst. So, you can become a Kick subscriber. The great thing about Kick is you get a much larger cut of the revenue. So if you become a Kick subscriber, this is not really a benefit to you. This is a benefit for me. If you become a Kick subscriber for $4.99, I get like £4.90 of that. I get almost all of your. That sounds really bad when I say it like that, but I get almost all of that money. Whereas on Twitch, I only get 50%. So if you do want to watch on Kick, and if you want to become a sub on Kick, you would be helping me quite a lot. At the minute, you get the custom emotes, same as on Twitch. So all the exclusive emotes that are sub only, you get those if you're a Kick sub as well. There is a channel point system on Kick, but it works slightly differently. So I'm working on setting that up. You will also get I'm not frozen. I've just forgotten what you get. You get VIP access in the Discord server. So obviously, if you're a Patreon supporter or a Twitch subscriber, you get a special VIP role in the Discord. That role will also be available for Kick subscribers as well. So once again, If you want to become a subscriber on Kick, you'll get basically the exact same benefits as you get on Twitch, but I get a bigger cut of the money, so you'd be doing me a solid. They seem more like Epic than like EA. That's honestly quite a compliment, you know. I know Epic's not perfect, but leaps and bounds ahead of EA for sure. But yeah, it's good news, you know. Only 2 days of streaming, and we can already start offering subs. That's very good. I still think, you know, I'm fairly confident that Twitch will still be my main platform, and most of my viewers will choose to stick around on Twitch, which is fine. I've gone out of focus. You know, ultimately, watch wherever you want to watch. You will hopefully get the same user experience, regardless of which platform you choose to watch on. But for me personally, becoming a sub on Twitch would, becoming a sub on Kick would put more money in my pocket. And as you know, I'm just here for the money, so pay up. So, anyway, that was the big news that I wanted to share. We're subbed on Kick now. Obviously, I'm not streaming on Kick right now. I'm not going to be doing breakfast streams on Kick for the time being, because I want to build up a catalogue, you know, of the gaming streams before I let the viewers over there see what I look like in the morning. But I think next month we'll start doing the breakfast streams over there as well, and then we'll be doing the breakfast streams across all 4 platforms. I got some awesome news too. Go ahead, Catpig. Oh, that's way too hot. Can't drink that. I think I read there was just bug patches. Okay, thanks for letting me know, Sophie. That may well be the case then. Because, like I said, I've not seen an official Phasmo update recently. I think I mentioned being put on a work thingy by the job centre. Something with laptops and mobiles, you can make suggestions. Yes, you did mention that. You did mention that. Did you... Is it going well? How about restoring old computers for schools and stuff? That was your suggestion, and that's what you're going to be doing. Cool. Congratulations. Have fun with it. Guessing that's something that you enjoy doing, restoring computers and stuff. Restoring computers for charitable organisations and poor people. That's really good. That's a really good thing to do. You know. Gonna ring them in a minute. Start 1st of July. Nice one. Nice one. I think that's, you know, a very noble thing to do. I don't care what anyone says. It is almost impossible to survive in the current day without a computer. You'd be amazed how many people, particularly older people, still think that you don't need a computer. Or, like, you don't need a phone. Like, I'm not saying you need the latest iPhone or anything, but the amount of people out there who believe that you actually do not need a phone of any kind, you do not need a mobile phone to survive in the current world. It's incredible how many people still think that, and it's the same with computers. Like, it's very difficult to get by without a computer in this day and age, because almost everything is done online now, you know. And I think, you know, restoring computers and stuff like that for people who struggle to get them You know, a really, really good, really great goal. Good luck with it. Hope it all goes well for you. I'm late this morning. Have I missed the crossword? Not yet, Reese. Not yet. Don't worry. We won't be doing the big crossword, though. We'll just be doing the mini today. You do need a computing device and a smartphone that has at least most recent Android. I agree. I agree. Like I say, it still baffles me how many people think that, oh, well, you know, you can survive without a smartphone. You don't need a computer. Like, yes, you do. You absolutely need those things to survive in this day and age. If you want to live anything even remotely approaching normal, exactly. I mean, fucking hell, my mum only just started online banking about a month ago. And yeah, technically, she was, you know, doing all her banking without having an app on her phone. But every time she wanted to check her bank balance, she had to walk to the cash machine. You know, every time she wanted to transfer money, she had to ring up the bank. Jumping through so many hoops. And now she's got the banking app on her phone. 2 clicks. Sorted. And it's the same with anything, you know. Many jobs will only take email or web applications. That's true. That's true. That's another thing that really bothers me. The amount of older people who will still say, like, oh, why don't you just print out your CV and take it to a local business? Yeah, because that still works. That's still a thing that you can do in this day and age. You can just walk up to the front desk of a fucking call center and just physically hand them your CV, and then they'll be like, wow, they actually brought their CV in. That's so impressive. We'll give them the job right now. Like, why? People think that actually works. People think you can actually still do that. No, if you take your physical CV into any business, they will tell you, go home and apply online. They will tell you that. Not one of them will say, oh yeah, we'll take a look at that. They will send you home. You need internet access to apply for jobs. You need internet access for everything. Like, there's nothing. I mean, booking appointments. If I rang my doctor right now, if I rang up my GP on the phone, I would get an automated response saying, please use our online portal to apply for an appointment. You know what I mean? You can't. I can't book appointments on the phone with my doctor. If I want to see my doctor about something, I have to use the app. I genuinely don't understand how people still think that you can, you know, oh, you don't need a phone. You know, just you don't need a smartphone. Just go and do it all in person. You can't do that anymore. That's just not the world we live in. It's not necessarily a great thing. I mean, I like the convenience of a phone, but I also do, you know, lament the fact that certain things have to be done online these days. But that's the world we live in, and people need to get used to that and stop thinking about smartphones as being these super high-end luxury items that, you know, oh, you just sell that and then you'll have enough to pay your fucking electricity bill. Like, no, you need that. You need one of those. Everybody needs one of those these days. If they encourage people to use the web app, okay, great, but forcing people is kind of outrageous. I think you can still book appointments by physically going to the clinic. Like, physically going to the GP, and there might be a way to do it on the phone. Like, maybe if you just hold for long enough, they'll put you through to a real person. You know, like all fucking automated call responses where, oh, if you just sit there for like 20 fucking minutes, they'll put you through to a real person, or if you just keep pressing 0 or whatever. But all I know is last time I rang up, there was an automated response that was like, please use our online portal to book your appointment. So, you know, that's the world we live in. Sophie says, I still prefer Twitch, but I'll sub on Kick too. Thank you, Sophie. That's very kind of you. That is very kind of you to do so. It's night where I'm at, says Shadow Knight. Nice one. What time is it? Whereabouts are you watching from? Out of interest. Just the country will do. You don't have to dox yourself. But we don't get many international viewers. We get a few. I know Catpig, you're in Germany. But we don't... And obviously we get Max in America, but most of my viewers, like the vast majority, I'd say like 90... I mean, according to my analytics, it's like 97% of my viewers are in the UK. But we do occasionally get international viewers. We do occasionally get viewers from a bit further afield. I want your home address, says Sophie. I could probably count on one hand the amount of international regular viewers that we have. I know Catpig, you're in Germany. Max is in the United States. Marika, less of a regular viewer now, but she joins us occasionally. She's from America. Elise, another semi-regular viewer, is from France. And I think that's it. Like, off the top of my head, that's 4 regular viewers who are not from the UK. Pretty much everyone else is. Which is fine, you know. I don't mind that most of my audience are local to me, but it's always nice to hear from people who are watching from further afield, you know. Can I drink my coffee yet? Good stuff, good stuff. Look, it's not my usual coffee mug today. I've got a different mug. It's the International Code of Flags from the RNLI. So, funny story about this mug. About 10 years ago, I bought this mug from the RNLI in Skegness. And I kept it all through university, you know, 7 or 8 years. And then a couple of years ago, it got broke. And I was at the RNLI in Cleethorpes about a month ago with my nephew, and I noticed that they were still selling the exact same mugs, so I bought another one. And there it is. It's got the international flag alphabet, so each letter of the alphabet and what each flag represents, which is pretty cool. It's a really great mug, and I'm always happy to support the RNLI. I also bought that scale model of the 7 class lifeboat, which I think I've already showed you. It's a good mug. You know, in any sense that a mug can be good. It you know, it holds coffee and it doesn't leak. There you go. It ticks both boxes. Also happens naturally, usually with how networking works. Yeah, don't get me wrong. I understand why most of my audience are in the UK. It always gives me a bit of a smile when I hear from people outside the UK. Like what I remember, I have a very strong memory in my head. We did a Euro Truck stream way back in like 2024. We did a Euro Truck stream, and we were driving through Slovenia, and there was a comment from someone who was in Slovenia. That they were watching the stream from Slovenia, and I just thought, wow, that someone in Slovenia is watching me play Euro Truck right now. That's just wild to me. Like I say, it always puts a smile on my face when I hear from people who are watching from other countries. So if anyone else out there is watching from abroad, let me know. Let me know. He punches his network cable. P says, reminds me of my lifeguarding examinations as a youngster. I was a pool lifeguard, so I didn't necessarily need to know the beach flags, but still. Oh, you're a lifeguard, P. That's a very, very noble profession. I want a minute's silence for my absence on Friday because I'll be on holiday, says Sophie. Where are you off to, Sophie? Oh, Brighton. Brighton. Not Brighton. Swanage. You keep saying... you've told me that about 5 times, and I've asked the exact same question every time. You're going to Swanage. You have already answered that question several times. Have a good time. Have fun. Yes, we'll all be thinking of you, Sophie. Poor Sophie, out enjoying the seaside when she could be cooped up at home watching Saul's live stream. Actually, I'm not streaming on Friday anyway. So next live stream is going to be Saturday after today's, obviously. So just to remind everyone, we're playing Phasmophobia and Escape the Backrooms today, both multiplayer, so you're welcome to join for either of those. After that, next stream is going to be Train Sim Saturday, and we're going to play Train Sim Classic, as well as more Running Train. Then on Sunday, we got Subnautica 2 and Portal 2, and Monday we're back to Minecraft and Hytale. And I think like I said yesterday, I think we'll be going to 4-hour streams fairly soon. At least for the double bill streams, I wanted to start doing 4 hours so that we get 2 hours with each game. But if we're only playing one game, we'll make it a 3-hour stream. If we're playing 2 games, we'll make it 4 hours. And we're also doing Simulator Saturday again next weekend. So if you have any more sim games to recommend, get those in. I saw your suggestion yesterday, by the way, P. Thank you for that. I like it. I like the idea. I do need to... Sorry. I do need to start thinking about bigger point goals, because some of you have got tens of thousands of points to be spent. And we don't really have any big point rewards, so I want to start doing big stuff again. I want to try doing the outfit thing that we did on Subnautica, where for every 2,000 points I change my outfit or whatever. I was talking about doing, like, if we get 50,000 points, I'll play a game that everybody wants me to play or something like that. But if there's any other big point goals that you can think of, like I say, by all means put them in the Discord server. We'll get you spending those points. Oh, it's a bit crap today. Weather's a bit rubbish. I hope it's nicer tomorrow. I'm getting a bit of a sniffle as well. That better be gone by tomorrow. I don't want to be travelling all the way to Keighley with a bad nose. How do you feel about logic gates and assembly? Honestly, I don't know that much, to be honest, Catpig. We looked briefly at hardware during my degree studies, but we focused mainly on the software side of things, you know, the programming and stuff like that. I don't know much about assembly. We didn't learn anything that fundamental or anything like that. Got some delay, sorry. Punching that damn cable again doesn't seem to help. But yeah, logic gates, I know not and or. That's about it. I don't know about XOR and XNOR and NAND and whatever else. I didn't know you did a computer science degree. Yes, computer... Well, technically it was game design. So it was... The official name was Creative Computing brackets Gaming. So it was computer programming, but with a focus on game design as well. Unfortunately, most of the game design was in Unity, which is a terrible game engine. And I've been trying to teach myself Unreal instead, which is far superior. But yeah, that was what my degree was in, computer science. I'm manifesting that one day you can maybe get a sponsorship through Twitch. Do you use Stream Elements? I don't use Stream Elements, P. I would love to get a sponsorship. I don't want to be a sellout, and I would only sponsor something that I genuinely believe in. You know, I'm not just going to take any sponsor that sends me an email, but I'd like to do sponsorships. It's a really good way to make money, and if it's a brand that I genuinely, you know, have some experience with and would be interested in promoting, fair enough. I know, you know, at the end of the day, I would like to hope that most of you would support me in getting that bag, because I gotta eat. I don't want to be a sellout, like I say. I don't want to just be like, as soon as I get that first email, just immediately promote whatever they shove in front of me. But, you know, if I was given a sponsorship offer from a company that I genuinely believed in, and a product that I genuinely believed in, I wouldn't mind doing that kind of thing. I switched from general computer science just because the intro module was insultingly simple and useless to electronic and computer systems, and that specialization focused more on the low-end stuff. That's cool. That's cool. I'm always impressed by people who look at the hardware side of things, because I know so little about computer hardware, and it always baffles people because, you know, the average person on the street doesn't necessarily understand the difference between the hardware and software side of things. So whenever I tell people, you know, I have a degree in computer science, and then they discover that I actually know nothing about the physical side of computers, they're always like, don't you literally have a degree in computer science? Yes, but in the software side of things. I don't know anything about how they actually work. We learned a little bit, like I say, we learned in the first year, we looked at some very basic stuff about the hardware side of things. As you can attest, Catpig, you know, on the software side of things, you do take a very basic look at the hardware stuff. But I know very little about that side of it. Abs has managed to get a Minecraft sponsorship. That would be perfect for you. That would be amazing. I would definitely do a sponsorship for Minecraft. or any of the games that I play, really. You know, if any of the games that are like kind of a regular game on the stream, like if Farming Sim approached me for a sponsorship, or Euro Truck, you know, SCS Software or Giant Software, those are definitely sponsorships that I'd consider doing, because those games have been such an important part of the channel, and those games have kind of made me what I am, you know, from you know, playing those regularly. So that would be nice. That would be great. Computing's a big field. It's like someone who has a degree in history doesn't know everything about all periods of history. Exactly. Exactly. It's like, you know, asking somebody about the French Revolution, and then they say, oh, well, I specialised in feudal era Japan, so I don't know anything about that. It's a big field. Big field. AIMSy has a sponsor with Red Bull, ROG, and Minecraft. Oh, yeah, a Monster sponsor would be great. Monster, if you're out there, sponsor me. Lego. Oh, imagine a Lego sponsor. That would be cool. I don't know if Lego would sponsor a Twitch streamer, but I do build a lot of Lego. I do a lot of Lego videos, and I could definitely see myself doing more Lego building streams. Another streamer I watch is currently sponsored by Pepe's Chicken. Nice. Don't know what that is though, because I'm Welsh and live in a bog. AIMSy does advertising for Lego. See, there's a lot of options. There's a lot of options. You should check that Minecraft sponsorship if you don't mind the game. I think their requirements are pretty low. Oh, that's good. That's good then. If there's something that I can, you know, aim for, start with one that's fairly easy to get partnered with. Like I say, I play Minecraft a lot on stream, as you probably are aware at this point. One of my longest running series is Minecraft Monday. Again, like I say, I don't want to just sponsor with any random company, but if it's something that I genuinely enjoy, if it's something like Minecraft, if it's something like Lego, if it's a brand that I have a genuine connection with and that I regularly, you know, interact with, I'd do it. I'd do it. Do you do streaming full time, says Ross? Yeah, basically. I don't yet make enough money on it, like, to survive on just this. But I'm getting there. I'm getting there. I mean, we only got affiliated on Twitch in March. So I've only been... It's only been the last couple of months that I've been able to properly monetize it. But we're getting there. I'm offering subs on Kick as well now, so that's another avenue for revenue. That rhymes. Lovely. But yeah, I'm getting there. I'm getting there. You've definitely been shadow banned? Oh yeah, I've 100% been shadow banned on TikTok again, by the way. I posted a piano video yesterday, and it didn't get a single view for the first hour. So I've definitely been shadow banned again. But I don't care, because I'm fucking done with TikTok anyway at this point. What do you do outside of streaming, says Ross? I also make videos. I need to get back into that. I haven't made any recently because I've been doing I did a charity fundraiser for mermaids, so I've been streaming every day basically for the last few weeks. But I want to get back into making videos again. I do offer Patreon subscriptions as well for people who want to get behind the scenes content for my videos and stuff like that. It's not just like streaming every day. Anyway, it's 22, so I think we'll switch over and do the New York Times games in a minute, if everyone's ready for that. Hey, Zeroiz, how you doing? You just in time. We're going to play the New York Times games. I'm going to go now. Have a nice day, everyone. See you later, Sophie. Bye-bye. Okay, there we go. Right. Let's do some games. Yes, bye-bye, Sophie. Hello, Zeroiz. Doing good. Still been so busy. That's alright, Zeroiz. Are you around tonight? Because we're doing Phasmophobia again tonight. So if you're free, by all means, come along. Okay. Start with the Wordle, as per usual. Okay. Okay, the only vowel is an O. Could still be an E, though. House. No, because it's not got a U in it. Maybe free, but I'm not sure yet. I'll let you know. No worries, Zeroiz. I've never seen you live in like 2 months, so that's the proof. Yeah, there's no doubt in my mind that I'm shadow banned on TikTok. Like that's happened. I don't actually do gaming streams on TikTok anymore. As of this week, I've decided to stop streaming games on TikTok. I only do the breakfast streams now. There's no point in streaming on a platform that's just going to keep shadow banning me all the time. Gonna lurk on this part because I don't want to see spoilers for my own New York Times games. Oh, okay. No worries, P. No worries. Okay. Force. Ah, I knew there was an E. We gotta try an S somehow. Shadow banning by platforms like that really needs to just stop. I know, it's absolutely ridiculous. If you're gonna do it, at least tell me why. I mean, I think I know why. It's because I keep I keep mentioning Twitch, and they absolutely hate that TikTok absolutely hates any acknowledgement of other platforms besides their own. So it's probably because I keep saying the word Twitch, but I'm not going to stop saying it. If I get shadow banned over that, then it's not worth being on that platform in the first place, really, is it? Boxer. Oh no, wait. There's no R. It can't end in R. I don't think it'd end in S. They don't normally have words that end in S. Try to get a T or an S in. Yeah, T's a good shout. What about, like, modem? Okay. I thought so. I thought that the E might be in the 4th position. That confirms it. See, I don't think it'd end in an S. I don't think it'd end in S, but it could. They don't usually, but it could. TikTok's pretty dubious anyway, to use British understatement. Yeah, yeah, true. I'm gonna try it. Okay, it doesn't end in S. Token? Ah, thank you for the suggestion. At the last second. Wow. Yeah, I would not have. K. A bit of a blind spot with K. I wouldn't have seen that. AI word, says Catpig. Okay, so that was the Wordle. Let's do connections. Which famously always goes well. We actually got perfect games in all of them yesterday, so that was good. Okay, mouth, cavity, classic, calliope, iris, kindle, cheek, echo, nook, lip, nemesis, typeface, sortie, recess, nerve, and niche. Okay. Mouth, cavity, lip, and cheek. They're all parts of the mouth, I guess. I'm gonna go for it. Of course not. Of course not. It was far too obvious. Any connection that you spot in the first 10 seconds is wrong. Too obvious. Oh, recess and cavity. And nook. Good one, Catpig. Good one. And maybe niche. Try nerve instead of cavity. I think Catpig's got the right idea with the cavity and recess. I'm going to try that. Thank you, Catpig. Good suggestion. Okay. So maybe mouth, lip, cheek. Which one could go with... Wait. Cheek and nerve mean the same thing, right? But what would the other connection be there? They do? Yeah, like, if you have the cheek to, you know, how dare you have the cheek to say that to me? Or having the nerve to do something. I think that could be a connection. Nerve means cheek? Yeah. Mouth, lip, nerve, cheek, all parts of them. And that could be. That could be. But I've already gotten a wrong guess with those. I don't know. I'll try it. I'll try it. Oh, they are all words for attitude. Yeah, lip and mouth as well, yeah. Don't give me any of that lip. You know what I mean? It is the same. it is the same kind of meaning. Okay, okay. I thought you meant nerve also meant the body part cheek. Oh, no, no, no. I meant it in the context of, like, an attitude. There we go. So you had the right words, Zeroiz, but the wrong connection. They're all different words for attitude. So well done. I'm thinking like Iris, Echo, and Kindle. Isn't there one phone that has an assistant called Iris or something? And there's some kind of smart device called an Echo, like a Google Echo or Amazon Echo or something like that. I don't know. I've heard some device called that. And then obviously Kindle is like a reading tablet. Don't even know what calliope is, but it could be a printing word. A calliope is a musical instrument. I think it's one of those where you wind it and it's got like punch cards, and it like you know how like old player pianos have got the reel of paper with the punch cards on it, and as it scrolls, it plays the notes on the punch card. I'm pretty sure that's what a calliope is. Like a similar kind of instrument to that. There's Siri and Amazon Echo. Yeah, I know about Siri, obviously, but I'm sure there's one called Iris as well. That would fit with typeface in a way. I guess, yeah. Iris, Echo, and Nemesis are Greek. Ah. Calliope sounds like it could be Greek. They're all Greek names. I think the French word for exit is something like that, but never saw anything. I think the word sortie has a military connection. A sortie is like a surprise attack or something like that. I don't know the exact definition, but I have heard the word sortie used in a military context. I think Zeroiz, you might be right with this Greek connection though. I'm gonna give it a guess. There we go. Figures in Greek myth. Thank you very much, Zeroiz. On form today. So what's the connection between sortie, classic, Kindle, and typeface? Like a bombing run is a sortie. Exactly. So, but what's the connection here? Starting with synonyms for ilk. Of course. Classic starts with class, Kindle starts with kin, sortie starts with sort, and typeface starts with type. There's always one absolute bullshit thing like this. Like, oh, if you take the first 3 letters and then rearrange them, it's the name of a colour in French, or some other bullshit like this. Starting with synonyms for ilk. Never would have gotten that. Would have never gotten 2 and 3 and 4. That's the thing, there's always one... Usually there's one that stands out that's fairly easy. And there's almost always one that is just like, what are you talking about? What is that? Like, yes, it makes sense, but I don't like it. So that was the connections. Let's do strands. In the barnyard. Can you see this alright, by the way? It's not being covered up by my camera, is it? Oh, the top. There we go. I have to head now. Enjoy. See you later, Zeroiz. Hopefully see you this evening for Phasmophobia, if you're around. Oh, excuse me. Top right letters covered. Oh, yeah, sorry. Sorry about that. Fixed it now. Okay, in the barnyard. So, I'm guessing animals, or I do see tractor there. No, I don't. I thought I saw tractor, but there's no other R. Oh, wait, hang on. There we go. Okay. I mean, I can see wheel, but would wheel be... No. Bucket? Well, if you spell it properly, maybe. There we go. Says Catpig. You can't have 3-letter words, unfortunately. Morning, Tom. How you doing? Grain. Okay, you don't find grain in a barnyard, apparently. Sure, if you say so. They don't have grain on farms. What are you talking about? What about grains? No. Work, top middle. Yeah. I'm gonna have to get a hint. What? What? This hint is not helpful. Sea wash. Yeah, I don't see. Oh, sawhorse. Hang on. There we go. Farming. There's the spangram. Sea wash, that's what I'd call my game. Beats Anacteeps. Sea wash sounds like a good name for a game. Pitchfork. And all of this is one word, apparently. There's only one word left. Wheelbarrow. Ta-da! Okay, not quite a perfect game. We did have to get one hint in the middle there. But not too bad. It is 8 o'clock. We will quickly do the mini crossword. And then that is where I'm going to have to leave it for today. Because I've got a lot to do. But here we go. Let's give it a try. 3, 2, 1, go. Right, that's not the word that I wanted to fill, actually. Right, no. First of all, yes, we solved it in under a minute, but no, the US map is not a common poster in a geography class. It's a common poster in a US geography class. You will not find a US map in a fucking British geography class. You will not find a US map in a German geography class. So no, it's not a common poster in a geography class. It's a common poster in a geography class in the US. I know that the New York Times is based in the United States. I know that the games are normally quite America-centric. But this is a bad clue, just full stop. That is genuinely a bad clue. Again, quite often they have words that are very America-centric, words that, you know, only Americans are likely to know, but this is just stupid. That is a bad clue. You cannot have common poster in a geography class and the answer be US map. You know that people outside the US are playing this game. New York Times is an international paper? Exactly. And they know that people internationally play these games. That's genuinely... I don't normally complain this much about a word in the crossword, but that is genuinely just a bad clue. That is a bad answer. That clue is not good enough for that answer. It just isn't. But we solved it, so, you know, whatever. It is what it is. And we just got it in under a minute. As of 2024, they had 2 million non-US subscribers out of 10.5 total. That's 20%. That's 20% of their subscribers are outside of the US. And they still do this very American-centric stuff. Like, they had, like, another clue here is Palo Alto in California. That's fair enough. That's fair enough. Because, you know, quite often crosswords will have clues about geographical locations. That's fair enough. But US map, and the clue is a common poster in a geography class, that's a bad clue. That is a bad clue. Because, no, it's not a common poster in a geography class. It's a common poster in an American geography class. Anyway, crash out over. That is all we got time for in terms of the games today, so we will leave it there. Palo Alto is pretty important. Weren't HP from there? Yeah, I believe HP were based in Palo Alto. Again, I don't mind clues like that. I don't mind clues that are geographic locations in other countries, because that's, you know, that's standard crossword stuff. You know, you'll see crosswords like, oh, capital of whatever country, or, you know, city in Spain with a population of 12 million or whatever. There's probably no city in Spain with a population of 12 million. But, you know, I don't mind clues like that. But the US map one... That one just didn't sit right with me. That was genuinely just not a good clue for the answer. Palo Alto, fine. US map, bad. That was a legit clue. That one was fair enough. Anyway, that's it. That's all we got time for this morning. Thank you for joining me for another breakfast stream. This is the last breakfast stream this week. So for those of you who aren't aware, I will only be doing the breakfast stream on days that I also have an evening stream. So no stream tomorrow, no stream Friday, which means there'll be no breakfast streams either. Next breakfast stream will be on Monday again for Minecraft. So enjoy the rest of your week, TikTok, because I will not see you again until Monday now. If you're watching on YouTube or Twitch, I'll see you this evening for Phasmophobia.